Good morning. I wanted to hop on real quick. I'm actually waiting to drop my oldest off to school. But I just wanted to hop on and share something that God has really been laying on my own heart. Typically, He ministers to me first before I can pour that out to others. And you guys will have more insight with that tomorrow. But have you guys ever felt lost at times, in what we're doing in life? Do you believe that we all really have a purpose? It's easy when a pastor comes on a Sunday morning and says, God has a purpose for all of us and a destiny. But do you actually believe that for yourself and not just your friends or your family or other people, but for you? Do you feel like that applies to you? I've actually struggled with that. I have felt lost at times. Even with being on here, I've had family members reach out and they're like, why are you doing that? You're going to be scrutinized, and some discouragement has come my way, and that's, within your own inner circle. And so when you feel like your own family, and it's not my father and it's not my husband's side of the family or anything like that, while they might have their own opinions of it, they've never verbalized, I shouldn't be doing it. But there have been some that have, and there's been some that have talked behind my back, and it's gotten back to me. And if I were to allow, which I have so many times, I have allowed 1 to 2 or 3 to 4 people, because I feel like, well, that's my own family. If they can't support me, if they can't encourage me, then maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this isn't what God has for me. And I have a lot of passion, or what I feel like my purpose is, to die because somebody told me that I shouldn't do it, right? And we get discouraged in that because we lack confidence in our own ability. And I just wanted to hop on here and tell you, if that's you today, with what that can apply to anything. I'll use YouTube as an example. Yes, I am on a platform that people will judge and criticize, and I have opened up myself and my family to that, but I don't even care. I actually started this, I don't even know when my first video was, but I think it was like a year ago. And when I started it, it was because a lot of people through my dad's channel had requested that I do my own. But in the season of life I was in, I just wasn't ready for it. I lacked a lot of my confidence. I let people on YouTube tell me that I don't have an anointing, or what I had to say wasn't good enough, or they just passed judgment. And if I wasn't confident in the ability that God gave me to do something, I'm not going to stick with it, right? We allow things to die off. What I'm launching tomorrow, it's not even like I'm launching it, it's a relaunch of it, because I allowed people in my own family, my own life, through my community, tell me that it's never going to take off. And guess what I did? I let that die. It's actually on Josh and Allie McLean 4 months ago, we actually posted a video. We're just relaunching it, and God really showed me a vision for it. He woke me up so many nights with a dream of what this building could be and what we could do with this. And He told me it's not about myself. I let things die when I feel like it's a passion that I have, because I feel like, well, is somebody going to back what I feel? But it's not. It's what God's birthed in me, because it's the anointing He gave me, and I just want to do it. And I just wanted to hop on because I know I'm not alone in that, and I know that I'm not the only person that has been told you can't do anything, or that you're not good enough, or just whatever that might be. That could even be with your job. That could be if you're comfortable in a situation, in your position, and you're making good enough money, and maybe you're even the breadwinner of your family, and God has put something else on your heart, and it's another career, and you'd be starting over, and your family is like, you're crazy. Why would you do that? Why would you risk everything? Sometimes, you take a financial hit in that, and it ends up being the biggest blessing that you could have done, not only for your finances, but for your joy. Because if we're doing something and we're miserable in it, we shouldn't be doing that anyways, and we should be asking God what He has for us. That's a sign in and of itself. It could be a baby. It could be you're older. Maybe you're in your mid-30s and somebody's like, why would you want a baby? You're going to completely start your life over, and it's going to tie you down. Don't let somebody tell you otherwise. If God's told you something and He's made you a promise, hold on to that. It's in His timing. It's not in our timing. The world would tell us, oh, you're young. How do you already have 3 kids? It was God's timing. I got married and had my first son pretty young. I had judgment from that. It was God's timing. That was His plan for my life. My life looks different than somebody else's life. YouTube, if I were to allow somebody to come in this comment thread and tell me that, oh, you're not good enough, then guess what I would do? I would not do videos. If I allowed the subscribers, what happens if I lost 100 subscribers? Does that mean I shouldn't get on here? Absolutely not. That just means those 100 people weren't supposed to be part of this community. And maybe what I have to say or what God has to say through me isn't what they need to hear. And that's okay, because not everybody will like what you do or like who you are, but Jesus does. And know that He sees you. If He has birthed a passion in you, do that. Don't let anybody steal or rob your joy or your passion. walk in that, pray every single day, and ask God to show and reveal to you, because he will. I can promise you that. What I have to say tomorrow, it's not about what me. It's not about me at all. In fact, I recorded this video on Sunday because I knew tomorrow was going to be an emotional day. Obviously with the year passing of my mom. But I'm launching something so beautiful, and it's not even launching, like I said, it's a relaunch of it. But God showed me how the video should go and who should be included in the family. And please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lengthier video, so you might not want to watch the whole thing, and that's okay. And for those that are on here, tomorrow what I launch might be for you. You might want to follow that journey. You might want to follow what we're doing in that community. So subscribe to that. If I'll label it. I'm not going to give any, giveaways. You guys will figure that out tomorrow. And you guys even might already know what I'm referring to if you go to my joint channel with my husband and you look that up. But if you just are simply here for that, subscribe. And if I title the video something different, don't watch that video. That's okay. You guys are welcome to watch whatever video. You're not forced to be on here. But I just wanted to get on here and encourage you guys. You are good enough. What God has for you to do is good enough. It might not be what your neighbor's doing or your sister's doing or your brother's doing, but it's what God has for you to do. So don't lose your hope in that. Don't do that. Don't you dare let Satan tell you or allow somebody in your family that you think should support you to say something, and then you say, you know what, that's right, I shouldn't do it. Don't do that. Get that back today. Whatever stage of life it is, whether that's a job, whether that's a platform, whether that's ministry, whether that is a baby, whatever that applies to you in your life today, don't let Satan take that. Don't let the enemy run with that. He knows you're going to make a great impact on the world. And if he can distract you, he already knows you're heaven bound and rapture ready. He knows that. He can't take that from us, but he can distract us to where we can't reach the people who your testimony could reach, who your story could reach, because he just simply has us bound in this distraction and these lies over our life. Don't give that to him today. I also wanted to tell everybody that has been asking me, I have to respond to a few more emails today with my dad's address for those that want the P.O. box. I will get back to you today, I promise. I've just been a little busy with the boys. And then I will leave a link down below. It's one of the last days to give if that's what you want to do and be a part of. You are more than welcome to. It'll be in my description box. So there's something down there below that you can push the little arrow and it'll tell you where to give. And I'll put the P.O. box there as well in case you want to write a check. Whatever you feel led. But friends, don't let anybody tell you what God has for you. You already know. It's in your heart. Just get that back. Get that hope and that joy back. I love you guys, and I'm praying for you. And if you have any prayer requests, please leave it in the box below. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day.